Hey guys, it's time for another Sue and Tam killer convo. Here we are, and today we are going to talk about a crowd favorite, dating and being single.
During the holiday season. Let me add that because
Yeah.
that takes being single up a whole other level. If anyone watched Saturday Night Live, that's a little reference to the old Saturday Night Live.
Whole
But
nother.
because is this not the time of year where couples are coming to the party? Everyone's worrying about who they're inviting for their date to the Christmas party. And how many of you are getting a little bit tired of being the only one at your table, maybe without a date this year, and your dog doesn't even want to sit beside you?
I was just going to say, wait, we have dates. We have we could have an imaginary. But you know what it is? I think for people too, it's this time of year as a single person can be like killer lonely. Like we even if you
Yeah.
have kids, it can be like adult lonely, right? It can, if you are yeah, sure we have friends and everything, but there's something it's not the same as having a partner and someone who you can literally just cuddle up with in your jammies and just hang out, right? And laugh
Well, and
together
no
and
offense, but every holiday movie, every
yes.
commercial, every time I go out in the world, it's all geared towards couples. And it's like, okay, but some of us are single.
Yep.
And right now we're currently enjoying it or whatever, whatever in between guys, let's say. And we just want to like not feel like there's a big spotlight on us.
Yes. You know what? And it's funny because I remember I was talking to someone and it's always like in especially with family, like if you have a big, not even a huge family, but there's you everybody seems to kind of have their roles within their family, like their extended family unit. And I've always been I don't even know if it's myself calling. No, I've always been the black sheep. Let's just put it that way. But I renamed it. I talked to someone, it was like, I don't even know when I heard it, sometime in the last year. And they were like, girl, you're not a black sheep, you're a unicorn. And I'm like,
Thank
yes,
you.
thank
Exactly.
you. So I've held on to that because I'm like, fucking right. But the thing is, it's not even so much that, but it's just the fact that, like, when you're at a family gathering and you're always the one who, well, if you're single or if it's like you were married previously, which a lot of our friends who we
Yeah.
know who are single, we have been married previously. And then it's like, oh, maybe we've dated and had serious relationships. So it's almost like, you know, the judgment's coming in. You know it's
Well,
coming
that's
in.
it, right? Oh, she's expired. But no, but you
No,
know what I
it's like, who's she bringing this year? That's more
well, that's
that.
it, right? Like, oh, she didn't bring anyone to Christmas dinner. I
Right.
wonder what's going on with her. We better ask her, is she okay?
Are
You
you
know?
dating? Are you
The
gay
other
now?
the other classic is who do you get to kiss under the
Oh,
mistletoe,
I
right? Every
know.
drunk, gross uncle is the only one running up when you're the single one under the mistletoe, guys. So, like
Oh my
but
God. Yeah, but we want to know, like, I want some people to comment below and be like, if you are single and you're with us in these like really weird circumstances that we find ourselves in, please comment. What do you guys do? What do you do to like, I'm still a sucker. I love the romantic Christmas movies. Oh my
yeah.
gosh. I love them. So it's like that's my date. I watch my romantic Christmas movies and I'm like this is what my, one day will be. So that's kind of one of my little antidotes to the loneliness. And another one is hanging out with friends, right?
I pretend Santa is going to bring me something under the tree that is 6'2", ripped, 180 pounds, with a personality and a heart of pure gold. So
Oh,
I'm just waiting for Santa to actually follow through. Maybe he can't get him down the chimney. I don't know.
oh,
But what I also like to do, because it's true, I'm going to be honest. Sometimes late at night, this girl gets lonely too, even though I'm like, pumpy and usually pretty chipper.
did you buy a
But
toy yet?
not yet, but
You
what
need to
I'm
get
thinking,
the toy for those moments.
it's not even that. It's more about
It
figuring
works.
out. Sometimes I'm just like, okay, I apparently want this boyfriend or this partner,
Yeah.
whatever. But the reality is, what kind of partner do I really want? So sometimes I
Mhm.
like to take Christmas and holiday time to look at other people,
Yeah.
maybe meet some guys and some plus ones of my relatives and friends and be like, is that the kind of guy I would want? Or,
Totally.
just because that's the whole thing. It's like a guy at a holiday season, like that's when everyone's showing up as a 10. Right.
Yes.
So it's
Oh yeah.
really about, sometimes it's like bringing everything back into perspective. So sometimes on those nights, if I do get lonely, I just start being like, okay, you know what? Have you even put out to the world what you really want?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's funny too because you say that because I think, and every year it changes. So last year at this time, you and I did our very first Send My Soulmate workshop, right? And it was literally like the beginning of our business partnership together, which is insane that it's already been a year. And it was still to this day, it is the favorite. I loved it. It was so much fun. And
Because you know what it does? It takes the unknowing out of this dating journey.
yeah,
Because even when I did mine, it was like, it's not like I didn't date anyone all year. I dated
yeah,
a couple people, but it's like now I need to go back and reassess because I
yes,
was getting some of those things that I asked for. It's really like getting the clarity, right? Plus,
yeah.
I'm a whole different person this year.
Same,
So
right?
maybe all of those things that were super important to me are not as
Not,
important, or are like a different level of importance, because I'm starting to whatever expand to become a different person.
yeah, for sure.
So yes, I think that it's one of the best things to do at Christmas, which is our Send My Soulmate workshop. And
Yeah,
I'm not just saying that because we created it, because we have vision boards for everything in our lives. I've got literally one right here. If I could twist my computer, I would show you.
there's
But
mine.
how often do you actually spend time, aside from the tall, dark, and handsome?
Yeah,
How many people are like, no, you know what? I want a guy that is genuinely a kind person. I want him to be a giver. I want him to have some desire and drive. It's like when
yeah,
you start honing in on these things, then you'll be surprised when you go out in the world, when you're having conversations with people, you're not getting a whole bunch of losers from the app that swipes right, right?
yeah,
Because after a few sentences, you're going to realize, okay, maybe he doesn't put the same value on family that I does, maybe or I do. It's just really nice to
yeah.
have this like clear perspective of what you actually want. Because sometimes my thing is like we all say, "Oh yeah, we want to be in a relationship," until sometimes you get in one and you're like, "Holy crap!
You're like
Holy crap! What did
abandoned
I?"
ship.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know
ready
what's
to jump.
the workshop that we did last year? So there's gonna be kind of a little twists and stuff, I would say, with this one because we're gonna go and tweak it a little bit, not too much because it was fucking amazing, but it was such a journey, right? Like with the people who attended, because you come in with that very generalized, and even some of the people came in and they're like, I'm not dating. Like, I'm done. I'm just coming to this
Yeah,
because my friend told me to come. And so I'm here and I'm not dating. But the whole process is I was just talking, I was on a call with someone else before this and I was telling them about it. And I'm like, it's so cool because you kind of start with this, like what you don't want, because sometimes
yeah.
it's hard to figure out what we do want because we just know, okay, well, we don't want someone who's going to cheat on us. We don't want someone who's ugly and has stinky breath. And we don't want someone who doesn't drive or have a car or a job. And we
And
don't
tall,
want,
dark, and handsome. Don't forget
yeah.
TDH.
So or tall blonde
Tall, light, and handsome. There
and
you go,
tan,
guys. Whatever. But
whatever,
that's
right?
right? Because what we're
Yes.
forgetting about a relationship is connection. And if we don't have
Exactly.
that connection with ourselves and know exactly what we want, what are our deal breakers,
Yeah.
right?
And that's what
If
we find out.
toenails are this long and that's a deal breaker for you because you're laying in bed, you don't want to see those suckers at the end of a blanket. It's a
Ew.
deal breaker. It doesn't matter how tall, light, and handsome he is.
Yeah, if those toenails are not taken care of. But it's really neat because the whole process, we get everybody to really drill down and then we kind of get into the little bit of the, well, why are those important, right? And then we
Yeah.
come up with this statement at the end, 2 pages, mine, but this is like crystal clear and this covers everything about every aspect. And I tell you, anytime that I'm like getting to know someone or I'm meeting them, I know when those alarm bells go off, I'm like, oh no, because I know that's a hard stop for me. And sometimes I've literally taken this off the wall and I just give it a read. I haven't done it in a while, but I read it the other day and I'm just like, yes. And I'm not settling for anything less, right? So, and
And that's okay. And that's the beauty of it because that's your perfect partner. And guess what? They're out there.
totally. That's the thing. And it's everything's mindset, right? Every mindset, your confidence, everything around
Yeah,
that. And
it
you're
all
going
comes
to attract.
together. And plus, you know what? Hanging out for an after hour, in this case, it's an evening with Sue and Tams on a Wednesday night. We definitely promote you to bring a beverage so you can take a sip. Everybody's at home.
Yeah.
So it's a fantastic fun night, and it's for like literally everyone else might be busy doing a couples thing on a Wednesday night between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah.
You guys can be busy doing a couples things with Sue and Tams on a night before New Year's. What do you
Yeah.
think?
I
Are
think
you
it's
doing
going to be
that?
freaking awesome. And if you've been to the one before, like same for me, I'm excited to come and redo it and see if things have changed, right? Like Sue said, she's a different person this year. I'm a different person after a year. So I really want to go and walk through it again and really pinpoint more or maybe drill down or whatever.
Well, and I
So,
think you know what? The more specific and better you get at understanding what you are going to be like, what is going to generate that feeling of love inside you,
yeah.
it's so much easier to find, guys. You don't have to sift through the thousands of photos online. It's like you know exactly what you're looking for. And
Yes.
I think that makes you feel better. Then it's not like the I don't have that. Then you're more coming from the perspective that this is what I want, and I'm just waiting because I know he's around the corner soon, and
Yep.
he's driving a horse or he's riding a horse, and he's going to come to my door and pick me up, and we're going to ride off into the sunset.
That's
All
exactly
right,
it.
Tam. So
Cool.
happy Thursday night, everybody. Thanks for showing up.
Killer
If
combos.
you're definitely reach out to Tams and I.
Yeah.
And please come to the workshop. It's literally a party. We're holding this space
So
for you
fun.
guys to come, enjoy yourself, and have a really wonderful time.
And guys and girls are welcome. It's not
Yeah.
just, yes. Awesome. All right. Bye, guys.
All right. Bye, guys.